Schuback, and I want to show you how to make a good video tutorial. This is a bit meta, but I think we'll be all right. Alright, so here's the tools that I use in order to make video tutorials. In order to record the thing, I use something called ScreenFlow. It is the very best program for Macs. I'm talking about Macs here. If you have a PC, I hear Cam Studio or Camtasia Studio Pro is the best. I can't make any claims. Now, ScreenFlow is a little bit pricey. It's $99, but you can try it for free. But it's the very best. You can do editing with it, in it, all of that. Here, let me show you. I have it open right now. I can just click on a clip and unable to split clip. Okay. Move it to the marker, split it up, move something here. I can add in media, all sorts of stuff. You can go to their site. Just type ScreenFlow into Google and you'll get their site right there, and they are just incredible. You can speed up clips, slow down clips. Obviously, they don't have the power of a Final Cut Pro or one of those, but they're incredibly good. So at their site, they have ways of seeing how to actually use the program. I don't need to get into that. You'll notice that I'm zooming in right here. That's something I love to use. In order to access that, it's actually built into the Mac, and it's located inside of System Preferences. You can see how often I'm using that. Go down to Universal Access, click it, and then you get the option to turn on zooming. Shortcut key for this is Control-Alt plus sign and Control-Alt minus sign. There's a couple of options, so I'm going to go into options. I set the maximum zoom to 4. That seems to be a pretty good thing. You can go past it, but that seems to work. I like to smooth the images, and I like it to follow continuously with pointer. When I say follow continuously with pointer, it just keeps the pointer in the center of the screen. If I didn't have that on, it would be super annoying. But when it's in the middle of the screen, it's great. So that's how I zoom in and zoom out. If you haven't checked out the universal settings, they're incredibly useful for this. All right, so it's on. Great. The other thing that I use is a microphone. Actually, for this tutorial, I was lazy, so I'm just using the built-in microphone. But when I'm not feeling lazy, I use this little thing. It is the Samson C01U. It plugs directly into the USB. It comes with software. Obviously, if I had an M-Box, I would use something more professional, but it just seems to work. It seemed to be a good meeting of cheap and quality. I spent a lot of time researching what the best solution was. However, that was 2 years ago. If someone has a better solution, awesome. Another program that I use is something called Backdrop. Now, this makes it so it's located at just Google Mac Backdrop. It's located at this URL. And it just makes it so if you ever go to your, your desktop, you're not seeing all sorts of random stuff. You're just seeing a solid color backdrop. All right, one more thing that I really like to use is something called Mouse Pose. So it's located at this URL. It's called Mouse Pose, and the actual built-in Mouse Pose effect I don't find to be incredibly useful. However, the ability to do things such as activate whenever you see me click my mouse, so you can see it does that, is cool. And even better, it shows keystrokes. And so when I press F, it shows that. So for something like Photoshop, it works really well. You can see exactly what I'm pressing. If I click all sorts of buttons, you see them. If I click key commands with it, you see all of them. And that's just called Mouse Pose. It is absolutely fantastic. And those are basically all of my secrets. I mean, there's not too much else to show here. This is just the interface for ScreenFlow with me with a very serious face. Yeah, so if you want to make tutorials, one other thing, plan ahead. So for instance, I did a tutorial dealing with the stamp tool, and I set up all of my files in advance, exactly what I was going to be going through. So I was able to do a very succinct tutorial where everything was able to just jump directly in place. And I do that with all of my lessons. This is what I have for my Photoshop. This is what I have for various other programs that I've taught before. Just, it's all about planning because, there's a lot of ways to trick out what you're doing. If you plan, that's what matters. In order to stop your recording, you go up here, you click stop. We're going to do that. I hope this was helpful. All right. shoe back,